Hey everyone, we're going for our first official cruise, and yeah, in the 300, the brakes work, which is good. I'm glad the brakes work, and right now, you're here with me. I'm sort of excited, but not super excited, but just enough excited here about driving this. I'm really hoping that, everything holds up. Okay. That needs to be fixed. We did a transmission shift. Okay, so we're on the road. I'm really curious to see here. I need to open up the windows because it's extremely warm in here right now, but I'm really curious to see if this 300 is gonna make it to my mechanic. Currently, that speedometer is way wrong, and I have to be very careful with the brakes because they're good, but they're not great. So clearly we're not going 30 miles an hour. And we're taking our first corner. Just needed a little time to warm up. Okay, I wanted to shift into third gear. Okay, we're cruising along. We're definitely not going 55. We're definitely not going 55, but we're cruising along good enough. I'm really hoping that the hoses all stay on and that I just don't end up broken down on the side of the road. She's sounding pretty good. She's cornering okay. This is really cool. It's comfortable in here. Oop, I don't know exactly what that was. That could have been the wind. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm a little afraid for my life right now. As we're in a 1967 vehicle, but nothing's leaking from behind and I've got enough gas in it. Seems to be driving okay. And everything's going well so far. Now, since I'm feeling a little more comfortable here, we're going to get this point of view and you're going to essentially see my reaction as we're driving my 1967 Chrysler 300 with a 440 V8. This is pretty goddamn cool, guys. Oh my goodness. Smiles for miles. Smiles for miles. It actually cruises pretty darn well. Oh my gosh. You don't want to take a corner fast though, because this thing definitely floats like a boat. Oh my goodness. I can't believe this was considered a muscle car way back in the day. I really can't. That is freaking crazy. But I guess with a 440 engine, this thing is an absolute monster. So right now, we're just driving over to the mechanics. I need to drop off, well, I need an excuse A to drive this while the roads are halfway decent. So I am dropping off my Altima starter, my starter core that I needed. So I'm dropping that off right now, and then I'm thinking about going to the gym, although I'm not totally sure if this monster will make it or not. It's doing good so far. It's a little warm in here, although that is to be expected. I don't even want to test the AC right now. I'll just deal with the 360 windows here. Oh my goodness. The steering works, thank God. Torque for days going around this corner. Oh man, this is sweet. It smells okay in here. This is quite a good experience. I'm just actually going to roll this window. Hopefully I can get it back. Oh, yep. Not used to the new or the old style windows yet. works in here, which is no big deal. You're definitely not stopping very fast in this monstrosity of a vehicle. But at least the brakes work. Not gonna push it. Oops! I have some stuff in the trunk. Oh, here we go. That engine's revving up. Woo! Okay. Now we're cruising again. This is awesome. Oh my goodness. Wow. If you can't tell, I am seriously a little afraid for my life right now as I get some more confidence in this vehicle. Yeah. So, if I could just get it over to my mechanics, I'll be happy. But as I've been driving, I've been quite honestly pretty impressed. The car is a little floaty, a little darty, because it does have 285s on the rear and 245s up front, so pretty massive for a car that originally came with like bicycle width tires on it. No wonder why you could roast the tires off these vehicles back in the day. But overall, it's going pretty good. I'm definitely not going to. It says I'm going 65, but these tires are so big that it throws off the calibration of the speedometer, which is okay for me. This is just a cruiser for me anyway. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how we're floating over these bumps. I mean, it is so comfortable. Oh my goodness. This is how motoring was back in the 60s, and I have to say I'm quite impressed with it. Especially this vehicle. This thing is just a freaking monster. That 440 V8 just rumbles. I think in the future I'm going to get headers on this and put a nice exhaust on it, so it definitely sounds a little bit more mean. Right now we're coming up to a pretty sharp corner, and we're just going to slow down quite a bit. Again, like I said, there's nothing great about these brakes, so I'm going to have to update the front brakes to disc, I believe, at some point. Woo! I can't wait to get this tuned up and really unleash the power of this Hemi. Well, it's not a Hemi, sadly, but I can't wait to get the full power of this V8 engine here. So, alright, we're good so far. I'm going to take a little break and rejoin here when we start driving again, but I'm almost to my mechanics, so I think knock on some wood, cross some fingers, that will make it. Alright guys, I made it into town. The one thing that I'm not liking about the car right now is the fact that A, I've got a master cylinder leak, and B, the transmission seems to slip a little bit when it warms up. It's not necessarily great. So what I'm gonna try to do is get this home. Hopefully, I'm half tempted to take it back to the course, but I kind of want to go home too. So what I'm gonna try to do is just get this thing home, and hopefully not have to take too many main roads here, and just take some back roads, because it seems like either the clutch or something is slipping here with this 727 automatic. Ooh, there's a car that's turning, so here we go. Right now it's working good, which is great. It's actually driving pretty good. So I think what I'm gonna do is just take this home, and hopefully it'll be okay. When the trans warms up, it doesn't seem to be working like it should. It's like I said, it's slipping. Essentially, it's just slipping. But we're just gonna drive it till it doesn't work. And right now, it's kind of just the perfect temperature out to drive this. But that's where we're at with it. I'm really excited to at least get this on the road here and enjoy it a little bit because it is just such a fantastic vehicle to drive. Can't wait to get it to Dusty so he can throw an exhaust on it or throw a different muffler on it and just make it nice again. But oh, here we go, slipping. Yep, okay. Transmission took a little bit to react there. I did make sure I had enough transmission fluid too, so that's kind of weird, but like I said, I think I should be okay to take this back into town and drive it. Right now it's actually driving pretty good, I have to say. Whoop. Oh, transmissions. Whenever there gets to be some sort of load, the transmission seems to slip. So I'm not totally sure what would cause that. And I'm not a huge fan of it. It seems like whenever I'm going up a hill or something, it doesn't want to click in. There I'm in second gear. I just shifted it. I'm going to give it some gas. There I had some decent acceleration, so that was good. So maybe I can take this on the highway. Just is not acting right by any means, and this is really dusty. Holy smokes, I'm surprised at how dusty this is, but that's kind of what happens with an older car. Oops, there goes something. You're getting first-hand experience here of this Chrysler. Oh my lord. So what I'm gonna do is try to get this on the highway. I'm not extremely sure how it's gonna work out. Worst comes to worst, if I'm having issues, I can just go straight across the road. That time I did a little bit of a spin. Brakes are working, nobody coming, so we're just gonna let it rip here. There we go. Okay. Okay, so far so good. I'm gonna roll up this window and let her cruise. Okay, we're on the road, we're cruising. So far so good. Oh my goodness. So like I said, it really, man, there's a lot of, okay, so the venting is coming through down here. I honestly don't know how to work all of this yet either. There is air vents that are coming through here. Now I'm gonna close that. And it's actually blowing some nice air. But I'm gonna put it to defrost now and see what that does. Actually going pretty good clip right now too. I am a little worried about the transmission, that is for sure. But it seems like we're kind of cruising along pretty good right now. Knock on some wood, which I already did. It's actually blowing out some really good air. Oh yeah, so this vent must, okay, so I'm kind of figuring out. So there's a vent release here which controls, I think I'm going pretty fast actually. The vent controls the air. All right, I'm sorry for the camera issues, but I made it home. The iPhone is notorious for running out of space. So anyway, I did make it home. I'm having my fiance pull her, or my Volt, in the driveway in order for me to park this outside in case I cannot get it running. So I did it though. I got the beast home and I'm quite impressed with it. I'm really happy that it made it home and the transmission allowed me to actually get home because this car is pretty kick-ass and badass. So I got a good month's worth of driving in me right now. What do you think of the car, sweetie? Do you like it a lot? Good, because that's where she's gonna sit overnight. I'm good for a month. I don't need to drive this for a month now. You all got to see it. It was pretty dang cool. You cannot beat the 440 V8 in this big bad boy. And we're going to shut her down. And if you like this content, more Mopar content, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.